was our conservation architect. His name is Brian from Purcell, which is a famous heritage consultancy in London and also in Hong Kong. Just a trivia. So yeah, I would like all of us to stay here for a while. So here is a restaurant now, but in the past it was a chat room. Chat room, well, later on it was called report room. When communication was less convenient, not everyone had a cell phone, we needed to come up to the report room to report any emergencies or crime or whatever situation you would like to see for having police officers. So the duty officer actually sits behind a desk which is very high at your eye level, which means that you're talking to authority because you need to raise your hand like this. In the past, the entrance to the Central Police Station is actually here down this ramp, the Popinjay ramp. We've also collected many interesting interesting stories from the police officers who used to work here. So one told us that in the 1950s, there was a middle-aged woman who ran up this ramp, and then she knelt down dramatically here, and with her hands like this, and yelled, "Oh my Lord, I'm innocent, please prove it, and I don't want to go to jail," something like that. So in Cantonese, it's 大人伸冤啊. So if you understand Cantonese, then you notice that this sentence is actually very old-fashioned. It's like you only hear this kind of expressions in Chinese historical drama. So it's really funny to that police officer. So after all these years, he still remember this incident, and he told us, and we've collected many interesting stories like this. And it's all being shown in our oral history videos. So well, to us, the interpretation of this site is not only about history, but also some stories of people who have been here and their memories. So these are also important things that we would like to collect, that we would like to know more about Taiwan. So there are all sorts of these things in our heritage storytelling spaces. Now, so please follow me. It's nearly the end of our journey in the police station, and now we're arrested by the police and we need to go to the courtroom for our trial. Oh, be careful! Unfortunately, in the first opening months of Tycoon, the Central Magistracy is not open to general public yet, so we need not face our trial yet. But then I can show you like a preview of what we are going to have in the courtroom. So the Central Magistracy for this building is actually the third generation of the Central Magistracy. It was built in 1914, it started its operation in 1915, and then I think you might all know, because recently there's a high-profile case about a woman whose name is Tong, who took photographs at the court and got a serious dispute with the judge. So we all know that photography is prohibited in the courtroom. But the Central Magistracy was decommissioned in 1979. And because photography is not allowed, we couldn't find any photographs of the courtroom, what it was like. And as I mentioned, we value the authenticity. We are not Disneyland, so we are not faking the interior decoration. So the measure we have chosen is to add in some stylish and movable furniture, so that we would like to let our visitors know what the courtroom is like without really adding non-authentic decoration. But we heard different comments from people who had visited the courtroom. They say in the past, decorations was very grandiose with lots of motifs, but sadly we don't have that like a proof of what the decoration is like. So we're adding the stylized and removable furniture to recreate the setting of the courtroom. So here we have a screen. We are showing one of the cases that the Central Magistracy handled on the first day of operation in 1915. So this case was very typical at that time. So a foreigner had a rickshaw ride, but then he refused to pay. He had a dispute with the driver, and also when the police officers came, they got into a fight. So very typical of that time, because there was like conflicts in between Europeans and local Chinese. There were language barriers. There was an interpreter here at the court to facilitate the trial process. So we'll use an animation here showing this case, and also to see how the trial was proceeded. As you might heard that there are some what we call secret tunnels in Tai Kung. I'm not sure if you've heard about that before. So one of the secret tunnels, which I think was not that secret, was an underground, like basement holding cell with a staircase leading to the door of the courtroom. So if the arrested person before the trial will be housed here in the basement holding cell, and then he will be led by an officer to go to the area here when he faced his trial. So it's very interesting. So when we open Block 9 at Central Magistracy, do have a look. And in September, the next academic year, we are going to organize some mock trials. Many secondary school students will have a chance to go into the courtroom to get a taste of being lawyers or judge or even the arrested person. So the lucky one who got the chance, who has a chance to play the role of the arrested person, he or she will have a taste of walking up the narrow staircase. But it's actually very dangerous because it does not comply with modern days building safety regulations. So we will have a colleague to accompany that lucky student. Yeah. So after the Central Magistracy, we are